Picture says, this is the way a lot of Nigerian women are in front of their pastors who does not provide anything for them at home. They are lions yelling on their husbands that provides for them. This was a picture I saw one of my friends share on his WhatsApp status. So we are just going to be talking on this picture, and in fact you need to see different reactions running through my brain when my friend shared this picture on his status. As you can see how attentive the lady was to her pastor. Like, I can't afford to lose any single word that comes out of his mouth. So attentive, away from all the distractions and everything. Anyways, so welcome to the first episode on my YouTube channel. Yeah. All right. So, like I said earlier, just want to start a YouTube channel, on this, enough of all these reactions on WhatsApp statuses. Enough of them on WhatsApp status. It's high time we shed more light into them. And like I said I want all my friends, that usually criticize those things I talk about, that agree with what I say. I want many of them to come over to the YouTube side of life, if you understand what I mean. So on this YouTube channel, I'll be reviewing so many things, and after talking, sharing my ideas, I want to hear your own thoughts on what has been said. So now, there's this saying that women respect their pastors a lot, based on what they pass on to them. This is true. Now, I remembered very well when I was talking about this particular picture on my WhatsApp status. There were some things I shared on the status that was really deep, so to say. But due to the amount of words you can type on your status, you can't really express yourself as you need to, as need be. So I'm just going to go deep into this picture. First of all, from this picture, I can see, like I said earlier, a pastor that has really used that authoritative side of him to command attention. And I could see also from the lady's side a woman that places her pastor in high regard. In fact, from the body language of the lady here, I'm very sure the pastor says, you must do so thing when you get home. I'm very sure this lady will not miss it. So now, from what my friend was saying that day, he was more or less like criticizing married women, that why are they paying so much attention to their pastors. That it's not as if these men play a vital role in their life. And when I was talking about mine on my status, I antagonized what he said, because as far as I'm concerned, as far as what I know, I'm not married. I'm yet to be married. But from what I've read about books about relationship and marriages, I can really see there are three things that women need from a marriage. Now, many of them do not even know these things. Some that know it, tend to look out for it before they get married. But I can tell you about 80% of women do not even know such exist. So we have, and these three needs or three things are, we have physical needs that a woman needs from a man. So these physical needs are, probably manly things that couldn't be done by a lady or by a woman. And this could also mean protection from armed robbers, kidnappers, abusers, and the likes. Remember during the Stone Ages, in fact, powerful women would have to get married to men, to powerful men, so that they could be protected from, wild animals and other warriors that want to, rape them or turn them to a sex slave, so to say. So the first thing a woman needs from any man is physical protection. Now, the second one is financial protection or financial need. Now, this need is when a man can be able to provide for the basic things of life: clothing, food, shelter, and some little needs. Some little wants. Now, the third one now is the spiritual needs. The spiritual needs, which many men usually, underlook, or should I say underrate, but they don't know that this is also very important. In fact, from what I've seen so far in many Nigerian homes, you would see that the man is being, is able to provide financially, is able to provide physically, but the spiritual aspect is very, very small. Sometimes there's not even sign, or sometimes it is lagging. So you often wonder why Nigerian women pay so much respect to their pastors. It is because their husbands are not meeting up with their spiritual needs. So if you're underlooking your wife spirituality, you don't pay so much attention to her spirituality. Now, quote me here. When I'm talking about spirituality, it's not a matter of whether she's a Christian or a Muslim. Is that maybe because she's a Christian? No, it encompasses to all religions and everyone. As far as I'm concerned, every human being, feels that line or that rope in between him or her and his or her creator. So that means that even if your wife is a Muslim, she would also have spirituality. Even if she's from an herbalist home, she would also have such. So it depends on the belief that you set as foundation in your home. But I'll be using the Christian part as an angle, for us to understand this easily. So if your wife is a spiritual person, she likes waking up in the morning, have morning devotion. There are days she wants to fast and pray. And you as a man that you're supposed to be leading, don't forget, we men are the leaders. In fact, in the morning, before she even wakes up, you are expected to, have set the mood for prayers, for morning devotion. So if you're lagging in that, seriously, your wife will pass the spiritual respect she should have for you. She will pass it to her pastor. Now, in most times that we've seen women like this, their men often have problem with the pastors. Some of them even fight the pastors. Excuse me, it's not even the pastors you are supposed to be fighting. The pastors are just doing their jobs. What you're supposed to be doing is to hold or put on that spiritual garment that you've left before marrying her, and put it on and take up your place as the man in the house. When you take up your place as a man in the house, trust me, your wife respect that she's having for her pastor will move to you. It will automatically move to you. Let me give you an example before I end this video, because I just want it to be brief. For example, let's say your wife has a dream, or had a dream, and your wife had a dream, and in that dream she saw herself, maybe falling from a story building or so, and she tells you, and you are able to not necessarily interpret, honey, I don't feel this is a good dream. I feel we should fast and pray. I feel we should do this, we should do that. And you're counting what should be done, to counterfeit that dream, or to stop such dream from happening in real life. By the time you're done, she would place you in high esteem. And by the time you're done, in fact, don't be surprised if she didn't take that dream to her pastor, because what she heard from you is enough to feed her spirit. Now, think of doing this 2 to 3 times. Your wife's usual visit to the pastor will reduce drastically. So most time when men complain about their wife disrespect, most times, I'm not saying all the time, most time is as a reflection of what the man is not doing. All right. So I'll just end it here, and please, I will just this is the first video. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.